Back in the 1920s, there was a Philadelphia factory that kept having these punks break all the windows. So the factory owner asked his friend, who was a big sport player, to gather up all the kids around the neighborhood and get them into some kind of organized football games. So he did. Joe Tomlin started a youth football club. Then in 1934, he asked a bunch of coaches in the area to talk to the 800 students that were playing in this youth organization. Pop Warner was one of the coaches invited to speak. Big snowstorm, nobody showed up as far as coaches to speak. Only Pop Warner showed up. Talked to those kids for a couple hours, and after the end of the lecture, it was then called the Pop Warner Football Conference, later called Pop Warner Little Scholars, because Pop Warner believed in education of the mind is as important as education of the body. Pop Warner was a big innovator in college football. He invented the single and double wing formation. He invented the trap, the bootleg, the naked reverse, the screen pass. One of the first coaches to have a huddle. He invented the three-point stance in the backfield. Nobody did that. He taught body blocking. He improved the uniforms. Over half the NFL players have gone through Pop Warner's football league. This program on the left is a Pop Warner football game. Little kids back in 1954 played just a month after Pop Warner died. The Stanford program in the middle, that was 2 months after Pop passed away. Both of them have some kind of memoriams for Pop in the program. Let's take a look at these little kids playing Pop Warner football. Yep, those are little kids. These are the returning Cougars from last season. I wonder how much they got paid. Kids are in the lineup. How cool is that? Official program? Top notch. Top notch. Hope coach isn't teaching them the Pop Warner way. Well, I guess I should say I hope he is. I just hope he isn't using the language that Pop Warner used. Whoo boy, he got on his players. Check out the fumble drill on the bottom, or the YA tittle up top. Nice YA tittle pose. Killer. There's the future of America. Those will be our fighting boys. Football was started to make our men tough. Or should I say, football was started to make our boys into men. Pop Warner did that with Jim Thorpe. Yep, sure did. Pop Warner's coaching record, 319 wins, 106 losses, and 32 ties. Yep, that's pretty darn good. Hall of Fame, great. And there's Ernie Nevers. Pop said best player he ever coached. They both went into the National Football Hall of Fame together. But only Ernie went into the NFL Hall of Fame, the National Football League Hall of Fame. Big difference. Some guys made it to the National Football League Hall of Fame, and some guys didn't. Stanford legend Frank Albert is an example of that. He was Stanford's fourth representative in the National Football Hall of Fame, but he didn't make it into the NFL League Hall of Fame. For what it's worth, people who saw Frank Albert, best left-handed quarterback they ever saw. Took over playing for Stanford. They didn't win anything. Then Frank got there. Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl. That'll do it. Pop Warner football fans. Yes, Pop Warner, the great Pop Warner. Making those little kids into men. Peace.